Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news.
Okay, check this out. Last week, a rumor began circulating on social media that Halle Bailey was pregnant. And although Halle didn't respond to the rumors directly, her sister Chloe jumped online and said that people need to keep her sister's name out their mouths. Well, Fox Soul decided to cover the story, and during the show, Funky Dineva shared his thoughts. Check out what Funky had to say.
This story, before I was indifferent about Chloe Bailey, and I know this story is about Halle, I can officially say I don't like her. Chloe Bailey is so to me. First of all, girl, you are Miss Preppy Ashley from the suburbs. Then you came out, you was being all promiscuous. And then now you trying to be a gangster. None of it is believable, girl. None of it is believable. And I'm probably going to catch a lot of backlash for this. And without that makeup, she ain't cute. She should have never showed up on that camera with that face without no makeup. She ain't cute. You're not believable. You're so inauthentic. That's why you're selling. All right? That's number one. Number two, I don't like people playing in our face, right? The girl is clearly pregnant.
Now, after that, Funky continued on to say,
Mama is pregnant. And listen, the biggest concern is not her being pregnant in Disney. The biggest concern is her being pregnant from that damn loser. Mama, we was looking out for you, Halle. And you don't around and let this trap you.
Well, after Funky Dineva shared his 2 cents, the internet went ham on this dude. And now, there's a petition circulating calling for Funky Dineva to be removed from Fox Soul. The petition says, quote, "We the concerned individuals who value and respect equality are deeply disturbed by the recent comments made by Funky Dineva aka Quentin Latham on Fox Soul. As a platform that reaches a large national audience, it is crucial that we hold the influencers accountable for their actions and demand better representation. Black women and girls are consistently disrespected and unprotected in America. From historical injustices to present-day discrimination, black women face unique challenges that often go unnoticed or ignored. The derogatory remarks by Funky Dineva only perpetuate this cycle of disrespect and contribute to the marginalization of black women. It's important to recognize that these comments are not isolated incidents, but rather reflect a pattern. Dineva also called Blue Ivy ugly with his whole chest back when she was a little girl under 6 years old. As responsible consumers of media content, we must demand better representation from the individuals we support. By allowing people like Funky Dineva to continue spreading disrespectful behavior from prominent platforms like Fox Soul, we inadvertently endorse this harmful culture. Therefore, we call upon Fox Soul to take immediate action by removing Quentin Funky Dineva Latham from their platform." End quote. Look, I can't say whether or not Funky Dineva should be fired, because that right there is above my pay grade. But what I will say is that he needs to check himself and refrain from making ugly comments like that in the future. Because Chloe and Halle Bailey are both two beautiful young women who are coming into their own on the public stage. So we should be uplifting them instead of trying to tear them down. And on top of that, Halle Bailey's like 23 years old. If she wants to have a baby, she can have a baby. And guess what? She doesn't have to tell you that she's having a baby. So I don't even understand why this was like a topic for discussion in the first place. Listen, let me know what you think about Funky Dineva. Do you think that he should be fired from Fox Soul for making them comments about Chloe and Halle Bailey? Let me know what you think in the comments. And really quick, while we're on the subject of like young black women being pregnant, let me tell you something. The black community is very, very interesting. And let me speak firsthand as a black woman. When you're a black young woman coming of age, all you hear is keep your legs crossed, don't be out there being promiscuous, don't be a thought, you better not bring no babies in the house. And then one night you go to bed and the next morning you wake up and the same people are like, "What's wrong with you? How come you don't have no kids yet? How come you ain't give grandma a baby? What's wrong with you?" I mean, really, it's not easy being a young black woman, especially when you're coming up in a world that sends you all types of mixed messages. Now, one message that is not mixed that I want to make very clear is don't go out there and kill nobody over no McDonald's sauce. Okay, so this is why I'm saying this. The other day, a 16-year-old girl named Naima Lagan was fatally stabbed and killed by another 16-year-old girl after the two girls got into a fight over sweet and sour sauce outside of a McDonald's at 14th and U Street in Northwest Washington, D.C. You think I'm playing? Check this out.
Police in Washington, D.C. say a 16-year-old girl was stabbed to death, allegedly over a McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. Two teens ordered food at the restaurant and then got into the same car together. They then got into an argument over the sauces that they had been given, and somehow that led to the stabbing. The victim was taken to the hospital but did not survive. The 16-year-old suspect is facing charges of second-degree murder.
Yo, what in the world is going on right now? Because, I mean, this right here is absolutely nuts. How are you gonna stab somebody over some McDonald's sweet and sour sauce? I mean, like, I don't get it. You're sitting in a car, you open your bag, you realize you don't have no sauce, but your homie got the sauce, so you're like, yo, let me get that sauce. And because they don't give you the sauce, you stab them? Yo, you gotta be mentally imbalanced to kill somebody over some darn sauce. And I mean, for real, if you open up the bag and you realize you don't have no sauce, all you gotta do is get out the car, walk back into the McDonald's and say, listen, can I get an extra sauce? And guess what? They'll give it to you. Oh, jeez, I don't even know what to say. This right here is the definition of a senseless death. And I gotta tell you, I'm sending out prayers to Naima's parents because I don't even understand how they can even function knowing that they gotta put their daughter 6 feet under the ground because some other chick didn't want to eat dry nuggets. I mean, that right there is crazy. Listen, let me know what you think about this situation. What do you think about the 16-year-old stabbing the other 16-year-old because she didn't get no sweet and sour sauce? Let me know what you think about that in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, peep this. The other day, Tremaine Emery, the creative director of the streetwear brand Supreme, jumped online to let everyone know that he has resigned from the company. Tremaine said that he's leaving Supreme due to systemic racism issues within the white-owned company. He also said that part of the driving force behind him leaving is that Supreme's higher-ups canceled his new collab with artist Arthur Jaffa. Tremaine said that he and Jaffa wanted to put out a new line of clothing that depicted black men being hung in the freed slave Gordon pictured with whiplashes on his back. However, Supreme shut down the project because they felt that it was highly inappropriate. Well, after Tremaine dropped that post, letting everybody know that he resigned from Supreme, one person came in the comment section and said, quote, when will people learn that these companies are not just culture vultures, but have no intention on really diversifying or ending systematic racism in the workplace? They only want to appear to be doing something while taking the black dollar hand over fist. End quote. Then, after that, somebody else said, quote, you're nuts to think it's cool to post an image of a black man being hung. Don't a majority of white folks wear Supreme? How does that look? End quote. And then somebody else was like, quote, it's racism that a white-owned company doesn't want to profit off of black trauma? Huh? What? You a dead-ass tripping. End quote. And then, after that, somebody else came through and said, quote, trying to sell a $50 t-shirt with photos of slaves being hung for profit is insane. You're everything wrong with woke culture. You and your type are completely eating yourselves in the name of moral grandstanding and virtue signaling. Meaningless drivel to make more money for corporations. You deserve to hold this L. It's encouraging to read the comments and see that people see right through your insane hypocrisy. You clearly lived in a bubble for way too long. End quote. Yo, if you have paid attention to this show, then you know exactly what I'm gonna say. Why in the world would this black man think that it was a good idea to create cotton t-shirts and hoodies with like images of like black men being hung on it, in addition to like images of other enslaved Africans and African Americans for a white-owned company that is known for selling clothing to white skateboarders? Listen, let me know what you think about Tremaine Emery trying to put the images of African American males being hung on Supreme hoodies and t-shirts. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now, check this out. The other day while performing at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, Beyonce was named honorary mayor of Santa Clara, and she was also given a key to the city. After becoming the mayor, Beyonce commemorated the moment and told the crowd to say, "Hey, Mayor Carter," and they were like, "Hey, Mayor Carter." And she also said, quote, "I'm so happy to be on this stage. Y'all's faces are so beautiful. You know, today is special because today I'm the mayor." End quote. Beyonce continued on to say, quote, "This is my gratitude tour, and I don't take any of this for granted. I know after 25 years, I'm still able to do what I love to do because of your loyalty, because of your prayers. I'm so grateful for y'all." End quote. Let me tell you something. The city council actually met on the taxpayers' dime to vote on whether or not they were going to make Bey the mayor for the day. Okay, all I'm going to say is that I think it's very nice that they made Beyonce the honorary mayor, but I'm going to need Beyonce to put in some mayoral work. I mean, I'm going to need her to fix like a pothole or two, or like fix a traffic light. I mean, if you want to be called the mayor for the day, I'm going to need you to be the mayor for the day. Nah, but really quick, let me throw a hypothetical out there. If you really had to choose one of these female artists to be the mayor for your town, I mean in real life, which one of these women would you choose? Would you choose Erykah Badu, Beyonce, or Cardi B? Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, personally, I'm thinking I might choose Cardi B. Yo, let me know who you would choose and also tell me why. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.